Today, I'm going to be discussing with you the real difference between Dallas and Fort Worth. What's up, guys? My name is Casey McEwen, and I'm your licensed and trusted real estate agent here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, before we get into all the details comparing Dallas to Fort Worth, I do want to preface this by saying I have no bias against Dallas or against Fort Worth. Now, of course, I've been in real estate for 7 years here locally, but before that, I did a ton of research looking into different schools and particular cities that I wanted to potentially build out my career as a high school math teacher. So with all that background being said, let's jump right into the median sales price. Now, this is obviously going to be substantially different than pre-pandemic. Also, the prices over the last 5 years have definitely skyrocketed here in the Dallas-Fort Worth region. But as of October 2023, you're looking at a median sales price of $476,000 in Dallas versus Fort Worth. You're looking at a much lower median price at $350,000. So as a whole, yes, you're going to get more bang for your buck on the Fort Worth side versus the Dallas side. But if you do take a look at all of the amenities, as well as how large each side of the metropolitan area has grown, just compare the north side of Dallas to the north side of Fort Worth. You can obviously see there's been far more growth on the north side of Dallas than there has been on Fort Worth. And one of the many reasons why that has happened is there is a lot more going on commercially and more jobs offered in the north side of Dallas than on the north side of Fort Worth. Now, what people may see as a downside of Dallas growing as fast as it has and technically as north as it has is if you're looking to find an affordable home on the Dallas side and still make a commute to downtown Dallas, you're likely going to have a substantial commute. Now, on the flip side of things, if you're looking to commute from the north side of Fort Worth to downtown Fort Worth, you're going to be able to find a much more affordable home, such as cities as Saginaw, North Fort Worth, Keller. Those are all going to be great options that give you a relatively decent commute to downtown Fort Worth. Also, when it comes to Fort Worth, you generally are going to get larger lot sizes than what you're seeing in Frisco and Plano, which is on the north side of Dallas. The main reason for that, again, goes back to your average median sales price of homes. It's going to be much cheaper in Fort Worth than it is in North Dallas. Now, if you are looking to relocate to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or maybe you're already here and trying to compare the differences between where you want to wind up purchasing a house, I would love if you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button as well so you can stay tuned for more future content. Now let's jump into the suburbs. Yes, the suburbs of Dallas versus the suburbs of Fort Worth. If you're relocating here, there is a strong possibility that you're likely moving to the suburbs of Fort Worth or the suburbs of Dallas. Now, if we're just comparing suburbs, the North Dallas suburbs are often perceived as a little bit better planned, more aesthetically pleasing. And the reason being is, again, it goes back to more commercial development. On top of that, some Fort Worth suburbs like Hazlet are actually seen as less developed. Now, the next topic I'm going to discuss is going to be short and brief, and that in itself is politics. If you're looking to relocate to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you are moving to Texas. So generally speaking, our metropolitan area is more conservative, but Fort Worth as a whole is far more conservative than Dallas in general. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to politics here in Texas specifically, especially when people relocate here, is we like our lives how they are. We aren't looking for people to relocate here and potentially change how we operate on a daily basis. So I'll leave it as simple as that. Now let's hop into cleanliness. Now, cleanliness as a whole can vary, again, drastically depending on the particular area that we are talking about. But again, North Dallas suburbs are probably going to be the cleanest areas of our entire metropolitan area. That is not discrediting any part of the North Fort Worth area, which is kind of number 2 as far as the areas that people relocate to. But what I will say is the downtown Dallas area is far less cleanly than the downtown Fort Worth area, such as the Sundance Square. Now let's jump into the fun things, and that is the entertainment. Now, the beauty with our entire metropolitan area, Dallas or Fort Worth, is truly you're not going to run out of fun things to do. But the big question here is whose entertainment is better, Dallas or Fort Worth? It goes back again to the amount of population in both Dallas versus Fort Worth. There is far more people in Dallas, which means usually far more things to do than in Fort Worth. But this by no means is saying that Fort Worth doesn't have any entertainment at all. It just means that Dallas typically has more things to do than Fort Worth. So as far as activities, sports, museums, attractions, You're definitely gonna have a little bit more towards the Dallas side than the Fort Worth side. But one thing I will tell you is the downtown area of Fort Worth has a ton of history and is a great place to visit. Now, in addition to the entertainment both in Dallas and in Fort Worth, the great thing about having a large metropolitan area is we actually have it built where we have a city, or the entertainment city of Arlington, where it actually is right in between Fort Worth and Dallas. Now, what Arlington is famous for is its entertainment district. It's got a ton of things to do, including the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, the Texas Rangers Stadium, and Six Flags. Now, truly, when it comes to living in Dallas versus Fort Worth, it's truly gonna come down to your individual family, your job, and lifestyle preferences. If you're looking for a fast-paced lifestyle, probably gonna lean more Dallas. If you're looking for a great job opportunity, you're probably gonna lean, again, more Dallas, just because there's more commercial development and more job opportunities here in Dallas. But again, to combat that on the Fort Worth side, it doesn't mean that there isn't a fast-paced lifestyle in Fort Worth, and it doesn't mean that there aren't any jobs available in Fort Worth either. It's just truly gonna come down to what particular situation you are currently in. Now, with all that broken down, hopefully this helps you understand a little bit of the differences between Dallas and Fort Worth. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am a licensed real estate agent and I cover the entire metropolitan area. So if you are in need of help with relocating, whether it be to Dallas or Fort Worth, feel free to book a one-on-one call with me via my link tree in the description below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.